Heinz Bar, born May 25, 1913, was a German Luftwaffe flying ace. Bar flew more than 1,000 combat missions and fought in the Western, Eastern, and Mediterranean theaters. On 18 separate occasions, he survived being shot down, and according to records in the German Federal Archives, he claimed to have shot down more than 228 enemy aircraft and was credited with 208 aerial victories, 16 of which were in a Messerschmitt 262 jet fighter. Sources credit him with 220, 96 on the Eastern Front and 124 on the Western Front. Up to 222 separate victories may also be possible. Bar, a native of Saxony during the war, transferred to the Eastern Front to participate in Operation Barbarossa. He quickly accumulated further victories, and that earned him the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves and swords for 90 aerial victories in February 1942. During the remainder of World War II, he was credited with a further 130 aerial victories, an achievement which would normally have earned him the coveted Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds. After World War II, he continued his career as an aviator. He was killed in a flying accident on April 28, 1957, near Braunschweig. The Focke-Wulf 190 was a single-seat German fighter aircraft used by the Luftwaffe during World War II. It was second only to the Me-109, which was developed by Kurt Tank and built by Focke-Wulf AG. Over 20,000 FW190s were built. It was nicknamed Verger, meaning shrike in English, which the Allied pilots called the Butcher Bird. There were many variants built of the FW190, among them the FW190A8, which is seen here, which differed in improved armor, oil cooler, and power boost system. Its span was 34 feet 6 inches, length was 29 feet 4 inches, height 10 feet 4 inches, maximum speed of 405 miles an hour, cruising speed of 351 miles an hour, rate of climb 3,000 feet a minute. Its original engine was one BMW 801D2 14-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engine, which produces 1,677 horsepower. Its range was 620 miles and its service ceiling was 33,960 feet. It sported two 13mm synchronized MG-131s, two wing-mounted 20mm MG-151 20E cannons, two wing-mounted 20mm 151 20E cannons, and 4 wing bombs or 1 fuselage bomb. Probably one of the most famous World War II German vehicles, it was the Axis equivalent of the Jeep. Although the production, over 50,000, which ended in 1945, was considerably less than its famous Allied counterpart, which was over 650,000. It was the brainchild of genius engineer Ferdinand Porsche, and it was rather simple with its open space of the vehicle, which in the entire strength was in the chassis. Simple, reliable, rugged, and good cross-country performances, cheap and tailored for mass production. The Volkswagen Type 82 was everything needed for a versatile standard, liaison, staff, reconnaissance, utility vehicle of the Wehrmacht. The bucket car is really the simplicity itself, with a two-wheel drive configuration as to successfully cope with snow, ice, and mud to some extent. The vehicle surprised even those in charge of the development. In the test, it showed even superior handling characteristics than more 4x4s at the time. This was due to a combination of lightweight chassis and smooth, flat underbody which surfed on the soft surfaces just like a motorized sled, allowing it to follow tracked vehicles without much trouble. On the armament side, there were a few custom modifications to install an MG34 on the front hood for the co-driver to fire when the windshield was down, or in an AA mount at the rear. The only serious attempt, the Type 82/3, remained at the mock-up stage. Any armor would have seriously hampered the mobility in any form. It was developed for the German Federal Armed Forces, but also for the civilian market. Distributed in the US, it was nicknamed the Thing, Trekker in the UK, and Safari in Mexico. Despite their appearance, however, parts were not interchangeable with the Type 82. These vehicles were well used in the movie industry related to World War II. Its dimensions were 3.74 meters by 1.6 meters by 1.65 meters. It weighed 0.715 tons. It could crew 4, 1 driver and 3 passengers. It had an air-cooled flat 4 985cc in early models and 1,131cc in later models. Its suspension was a 4x4 independent coil spring setup with a top speed of 80 kilometers an hour or 50 miles an hour. It had a range of 300 kilometers or 180 miles, and total production from 1940 to 1945 was 50,435 units. If you've been watching this, you've seen the model Kubelwagen and the Heinz bar FW190 that I built, and you'll see more to come. Enjoy.